to have people here to talk to, but I mean that's kind of why I'm streaming it, not just playing it. But I just want to know it's still going. Do I need to talk to him about anything? I don't think. Or do I? I don't think anything's happened since then.
This is the last.
Got his badge. Okay, now let's go back to Malia's. Alright. So now we're gonna impersonate Detective Mosley and get into Malia's house by saying where we need to talk to her. America.
The knocker.
Oh, no, that's not loud. Okay, first let's get this ready. There we go. And then...
May I help you? I'd like to see Malia Getty, please. I'm sorry, but unless you have an appointment or official business, I cannot announce you. I do have official business. Really? Please tell me the nature of your business. My name is Detective Mosley. I'm here on police business. Oh, really? Interesting. Wait here. I'll inform Miss Getty. Miss Getty will see you. Right this way. Miss Getty will be down shortly. Thank you.
They did a really good job of remaking this in the remake.
What can I do for you, Detective?
This room looks pretty damn close to what this looks like. Alright, let's show her the badge.
Does this mean anything to you?
It got you in to see me, Detective, so it obviously means something to me.
Derp. Okay. Is there anything I want to show her? I don't think so. Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that.
This is the last.
Okay, I know. Shut up. Alright, let's look around the room.
Modern art?
More or less. It's a Picasso.
Beautiful women. They must be relatives.
They are. Harvard classic. Homer. Virgil. Maybe Malia wouldn't be impressed by a signed copy of one of Gabriel's novels. Harvard.
Okay.
Undoubtedly proof that there is.
Does it seem like the... Like maybe something is overriding the voices, or it's harder to hear. Might be the fireplace sound, actually. Anyways, let's make small talk with her first.
This is quite a place.
Thank you. It's been in the family a long time.
Done anything exciting lately?
I'm sorry, but I'm very busy. Can we get to the point?
Damn, why you gotta be such a bitch?
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Getty?
I assume that's what you're here for, Detective.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, Detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced?
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh. Well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
So, in the remake, I don't find Malia as attractive in the remake. Something about her character portrait, I don't know. But yeah, whatever.
Are you sure you can't tell me anything about voodoo?
I really don't know much about it. Isn't there some place in town that you can find out about that sort of thing? A museum or something?
I believe there is a museum.
Then maybe you should check there.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The murders? Only what I read in the papers.
And what do you read in the papers?
I'm sure you know much more about it than I, Detective.
What do you know?
The murders?
And what?
I'm-
Okay.
Tell me about your life in New Orleans.
The Getty family came to New Orleans in 1800. We worked very hard to get where we are. On the other hand, we've done a lot for this community.
I can believe that. You're doing a lot for me right now. Tell me more about New Orleans.
I'm afraid I don't get out into New Orleans society much. Because of the Getty money, we have slots in the best country clubs and on the best Mardi Gras courts. But I must admit, I hate it. I avoid actually making an appearance unless it becomes absolutely necessary.
I know about those courts. They're very exclusive.
Yes, especially when it comes to people of my race. That's why we don't turn down the appointments. It's a rare opportunity to rub their noses in it. But that's not where I spend my time. I have more important things to do with my life.
That's admirable. Many women would love the chance to get caught up in that kind of life.
I'm not any kind of woman you might be familiar with.
Yes, I can see that. Tell me more about...
I don't know what else you want to hear, Detective. Anything you might care to know about my public life you can easily look up in the papers.
Okay. Well, I guess snakes.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm afraid I quite abhor them.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I believe it's some sort of local holiday, but I don't know much about it.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Saint-Gar means?
No, I don't. What does it mean, Detective?
That's confidential information, ma'am.
An abhor? What are you talking about, man?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No, I'm afraid I can't help you with that, Detective.
She sounded different then.
Have you ever...
No, I'm afraid
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose I don't really have a choice. What do you want to know, Detective?
What kind of things interest you?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do appreciate the arts. Opera, symphony, ballet, fine art. If you look around, you'll see that we collect African art, for example.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is, Detective. It means a great deal to me.
Do you have a career?
A career? Being the head of the Getty family is a 24-hour-a-day job. We have many holdings and many responsibilities, financial and otherwise. The management of our business affairs and properties leaves me with time for little else.
Poor little rich girl?
Believe it or not, Detective, wealth does have its price.
Tell me about your family.
The Gettys? We're a very private family.
How many people are there in your family?
Well, my mother just passed away.
I am sorry.
So am I. She was a magnificent woman. We were very close. I was an only child.
And your father?
I never knew him.
It's hard to believe that any man would leave a woman like you. Or like your mother must have been.
He did not leave, Detective. But that's really none of your concern.
I'm sorry. Go on.
There are, of course, other Gettys in the city. I have a large, extended family.
I see.
Oh, that's what you mean by abhors. Okay.
Do you have a husband? A boyfriend?
I'm very independent, Detective. The women in my family have always preferred it that way.
So, you've never been married?
No, and I never will be.
What about children?
Yes, that is likely. Someday.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I do a lot of charity work around the city. primarily in the prison and reform system. I'm not a professional sociologist, but it does interest me.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have a business degree from Vanderbilt. I wanted to study psychology, but my family's interests came first.
Oh? Why not something like law, then? Surely that would have been an asset to the family.
Law? Please, I do have some morals, Detective.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
For the record, I'm 28, Detective.
Really? Huh.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have a few friends. A woman in my position can't really afford them.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I try to stay away from the media as much as possible. Last year there was that story about John Kennedy Jr. and I. The phone didn't stop ringing for weeks. I prefer to keep my private life private. I would appreciate it if you would keep my name away from any public association with the police, Detective.
Of course. I'd like to hear just about anything.
I do a lot of charity work around the city.
Okay.
I wouldn't know where to begin.
As you wish, Detective.
Did I ask her about Schottenjäger?
Have you ever heard of a Schottenjäger?
No, I'm afraid.
Okay. Yeah, I did. Duh. Okay.
Can you tell me anything about what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could, but I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake, and I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
Can you tell me any...
I wish I could.
Okay, now is where we flirt with her, and yeah.
Excuse me, but your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that. Brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, Detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Getty.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job. I think this has gone on long enough. You're not really a detective, are you?
Who, me? Well, I am on this case, Miss Getty.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
Well, Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Well, I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear I've never done anything like this before.
Mr. Knight, you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Malia, wait. If you just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out. Robert? Show Mr. Knight out, please.
I most certainly will. Thank you very much. I had a lovely time. Ah, shit.
Okay, so we talked to Malia. Okay. Right, so now we need to go to the Voodoo Museum. Actually, let's stop by Napoleon House and see if today... Oh wait, no, we don't need to stop by. I just remembered how it works. Never mind. Okay. So... Well, let's see what's going on in Jackson Square. peoples. Oh, right. I don't have, no, where do I get
This
the
is the first page of inventory.
gift certificate? Don't remember. Well, let's go over here. Here's this dude.
Could I ask you some questions?
I'd rather not. I really get focused when I'm drawing.
Okay, fine.
How do you make it?
Nice drawing of the cathedral.
Thanks.
It's really precise.
Well, I'm an architectural student, actually. It's good practice.
Oh shit, that's right, Jim. There's a juggler.
The juggler looks like a beginner practicing the act. People seem to be enjoying the part.
Okay. How do I get this to,
An artist is taking advantage of the fine weather.
how do I make... I mean...
This is the
I wonder if I,
those two objects.
well. I guess maybe I can't do it yet with the drawing. Maybe it's when I leave here. Nope. Okay. Maybe I need to talk to these guys first.
You mind if I ask you a few questions?
Yeah, I mind, all right.
Why?
'Cause A, I don't know anything, and B, I'm busy.
Oh,
The lucky dog vendor has his nose buried in a paperback novel. Gabriel noticed that it is not. Big surprise. One of these. A small boy is tap dancing enthusiastically for a lucky dog vendor. The vendor ignores him.
Yep. Alright. Why is he jogging sideways? Because old school 2D sprites, that's why. Okay, can I talk to the kid?
Interrogating the little
Okay,
boy
okay.
wouldn't.
Chat with him.
you dance pretty well for a kid.
Give me some money then.
I don't have any.
Don't block the view, mister.
Could I get a lucky dog, please?
Not now, I'm busy.
An unambitious person? In the 90s? Ah, amazing.
Oh, maybe I have to show the artist the drawings. What the hell? There we go. Oh no, here it goes.
Hey, come back here. Hey!
That way.
Oh, unbelievable. Rotten luck.
Okay.
There's her drawing caught up against the hedges.
Yep.
Gabriel can't reach the drawing from where he is.
Nope. Alright. So I think I need to go... What? Why'd you stop there? I need to go to the bookstore and somehow get a gift certificate.
Lucy, home. I wish you wouldn't wear that coat outside in June. I could smell you from here.
It's certain.
Open.
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take. Or, in the case of St. George Books, the mistake.
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
Right. Okay. Now, if you'd noticed, the lucky dog,
See you later.
Good luck.
the lucky dog dude was reading a book. So, we give him a gift certificate to our bookstore, and then he'll give us a lucky dog. And we give the lucky dog to the kid, and the kid can squeeze through the bars to get the
I have
painting
this gift certificate.
or the drawing.
I'm busy.
It's good for $20 at St. George's Books, finest bookstore in New Orleans.
Really? I'll have to check it out sometime.
You could take this gift certificate with you, if you'll give me a lucky dog.
A lucky dog for a $20 gift certificate? Well, sure. Here you go.
Right.
The lucky dog is plump and juicy. The
Forget it's that area.
You wouldn't like a lucky dog by any chance.
Would I? Thanks, mister. You got any special requests? Let me know.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about special requests.
Yeah. You got one?
Can you fit through the bars?
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Can I? Just watch me.
Good. There's something in there I can't quite reach. Come on. Can you reach that piece of paper?
Sure thing. Here you go. Yep. See ya.
Actually, let's look at it first.
It's a technical drawing of Saint Louis Cathedral. Does not
No, you can't. No.
This belongs to you, doesn't it?
My drawing. How'd you get it?
Oh, it was a bit of a squeeze, but I hate to see you lose your work. I lost my only copy of a manuscript once.
Well, you saved my butt. Let me know if I can ever do the same for you, huh?
Bling, 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 bling. Here.
Say, do you think there's anything you can do with these patterns?
What do you need?
Is there any way you can reconstruct the whole pattern from these partials?
Pattern is probably circular, and there's some repetition in the elements. What is this from, anyway?
You'd never believe me.
Okie dokie. Well, there's... I think there's an area missing. If you could get me any more of these...
I'll see what I can do.
You mean like this one?
I have another one of those patterns.
Really? Let's see. Yeah, this is great. I think there's enough overlap now. I'll give it my best shot. I'll show you what I come up with tomorrow.
Great. I appreciate it.
Bling, 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 bling. Alright. Okay, we did that. Oh, Never gone to the lookout. Not this playthrough yet. Don't think there's any real reason to at this point.
4 pairs of binoculars.
Use them. I forget what you need these for. Oh, I remember later. Yeah. I don't need to use these right now. Alright. So. We need to go to the Voodoo Museum. I think that's about it. Gotta do a lot of talking to Dr. John.
Welcome, my friend.
Hello.
I am the proprietor, Dr. John. If you have any questions, I will be happy to assist.
Great. My name is Nye, and I'll probably take you up on that.
Right, so I haven't eaten today, so what I'm going to do is mute myself while we're talking to Dr. John, and then I will unmute myself. So, yeah, if you didn't know, that guy doing his voice is Michael Dorn. He plays Worf on Star Trek, among other things. I think he's on, what's the name of that? Bones. Is it Bones? No. He's on some show now. I can't remember which show it is. It's a cop show. Maybe it's Castle. Yeah, I think it's Castle. Yeah. He's a psychiatrist or something. Yeah. Okay. So, I will mute myself. Let me do that. Where is my keyboard? I moved it over. There it is. So, let's see. Alright. So, I'll be talking to him while I'm eating, so yeah.
Dr. John is a huge man. If his manner weren't so pleasant, he'd be intimidating.
This is quite a place you have here.
Thank you, Mr. Knight. I have dedicated myself to the preservation of this unique culture. It is gratifying to see others reap the fruits I have sown.
So where'd you pick up all this stuff?
Oh, here and there. We accept donations of any pertinent items.
Did you ever get any wackos in here?
You mean besides yourself?
Yeah, besides me.
I do not care to make those kind of judgments, Mr. Knight. All are welcome here.
You're a big guy, aren't you? Do you work out? Play sports?
I do not play basketball, if that is what you want to know.
Who, me? No. You just look like such a natural athlete.
I do find ways of keeping fit, Mr. Knight. After all, our bodies are temples.
You sound like Grace. I should get the two of you together.
Is Grace your wife?
No, she just acts like it. So what do you think of our summer weather? Have you ever seen it so overcast or so muggy?
It is unpleasant. The heavens are not pleased these days.
Could I ask you some questions?
That is why I am here.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Historical voodoo? Or the voodoo currently practiced in the city?
Tell me about historical voodoo.
Very well. I will start at the beginning, Mr. Knight, and will go on from there at your prompting.
Sounds good.
As you may know, voodoo is a grassroots religion formed by the mixing together of many different African tribal religions and Anglo religions, such as Catholicism or Protestantism. In other words, it is a religion born of the African slave trade, but African slaves were imported not only by the United States, but also into the West Indies, where the French and Spanish ran plantation islands. Prior to 1803, the New Orleans area was owned by France. The French Creole in those days owned many African slaves, but the Creole did not